half and a half. You know what half and a half is? If you know how to do that mathematics, it might come to 4. We want to also give the floor to Mr. Zvobwo. I hope I'm calling it Zvobwo. Okay, good. To give us 1 point to the debate in terms of the fourth industrial revolution and what do you think are the contributions of the youth population? Thanks.
Thank you. Just as a word, I've been sent here by Dr. Mayaki. He is the CEO of NEPAD, and he has one statement that he has for you to say that the youth are powerful, but the problem is that they don't realize it, right? So once you know how powerful you are, you'll be able to change everything. So I want to thank also Masana, who was speaking here, the fiery lady who was talking about distraction, right? Because I also want to talk about distraction, but I'm talking about creative distraction as outlined by Joseph Schumpeter, right? Because now we are living in a world that is different from what our forefathers lived in, right? We have been colonized. Like I said yesterday, we are being recolonized by the Googles of this world, by the Amazons, because they own the infrastructure that we are communicating. For me to talk to Yolanda, I have to go through a Google infrastructure. So we are saying that we need creative distraction to some of these things like NEPAD, for example. So Dr. Mayaki gave me the license as ambassador to trash NEPAD until we find the solution. So NEPAD, AU, those are archaic institutions that do not help us, right? So we as the youth who are ICT enabled, who think with their thumbs, right? We have to change the norm. Look at this. In 2019, we're having this session right here. It's not being streamed live to the rest of the world. What the heck? You know? It's not being streamed live. No one knows about this. All those white papers that they write at the AU, they're so nice, fluffy, verbose and all that, but no one knows it. Do you think if I get that joint migration policy and give it to some guy in Kailicha, they'll be able to understand? That has to stop. We have to destroy things like NEPAD, things like AU, AFDB. They are not serving us. So how can we destroy these, right? Let us use the power that we have, right? And then I was laughing recently. I'm sorry, Rendani, you are part of the 4IR Commission with President Cyril Ramaphosa. But tell me, how is South Africa going to achieve 4IR when kids can't even do mathematics? You know, I tell you, I go in South Africa, I go to so many meetups, data science meetups. I get there, I'm a maths guy, right? I want to talk about this algorithm. Let's talk about the mathematics in it, the matrices. Let's talk about the philosophy that is guiding your product that you're coming up with. But what do? They're just black box scientists. Because nowadays, Google, Amazon, Microsoft, you can now just drag and drop algorithms. You know that? Through your Azure ML, your Google Cloud. You can now just drag and drop without knowing what's going on. So as long as you spit out a result, then yes, I'm doing AI. What AI when you don't know mathematics? So we are lying to ourselves that we are in the fourth industrial revolution. If you go to MIT and you see the type of papers they're coming up with, you'll be ashamed, right? You'll be ashamed. Because, again, this now begs the question to say, institutions like UCT, should they still exist? You know? Because if you look right now, please go to google.ai, right? See how many papers they produced last year. 657, more than some South African universities. And they just didn't write white papers. They put that into production. They're doing psychology, behavioral economics. They're embedding it into the products. And what are we doing? Making apps on the wall. Where are the apps? Google Play Store. Where else? iStore, right? Who owns that? Who's making money from that? Who owns who? Huh? And with all due respect, some of the people that were here in the morning, yeah, tell me, how in this world they even understand what's going on? You know that the AU headquarters in Addis Ababa was built by the Chinese, and they backed them. You know that they started spying on them, right? We were beaten back in the days because we were trusting. The Europeans came with guns because they were more technologically advanced. Google, Amazon, Facebook, they're coming to us because they are more technologically advanced, and we are trusting them because we all have them in our pockets. And we say we are in the 4IR. But what are we in the 4IR? We are just products. I could go on, eh?